It was the year 2011, and reggae rock power trio The Morning After was coming to an end. After a solid 2-year run, their singer began to have conflicting interests that ultimately convinced the other two members to leave the band. Drummer Josh Montag and bassist Jake Johnston decided to stick together, also living together, and began writing new material, looking to reinvent their sound and start a new band. Fast forward about 6 months, the two were having no luck in finding a new singer, and Josh began to grow impatient, suggesting to Jake that they should just start a new band with what they already had. With this concept, bringing in different singers to feature on each song, the name Scattered Melodies was born. It would be a collection of music steeped in collaboration. Their first collaboration was with Ruka, who is now known as Haley Green, on the song Gypsy Girls. Haley was introduced to the boys through their mutual friend Holly, who happened to be the former manager of The Morning After. Shortly to follow was the collaboration with friends Laura Hamlin and Kasdan Boone on Tangles and Threads. Both songs recorded in the summer of 2012. Now all three of these features will prove to have major significance in the progression of Scattered Melodies, which we will touch on in a few. With 7 additional songs completed, their first album, A Collective Agreement, was finished and released in June of 2013. Other collaborations consisted of members from local bands Pride Through Strife, Catfish Mustache, and Treasure Fruit, along with a couple of solo artists. June 20th of 2013 turned out to be an unforgettable release party at a packed Tempe venue, The Sail Inn, bringing together the entire cast to perform the album live from start to finish. It was delicious.
Hi there. Welcome to the sound check of Scattered Melodies' sophomore album, Modern Repair.
The momentum continued to build over the next 2 years, leading to their sophomore album, Modern Repair, released in September of 2015 and featured close to 30 different Arizona musicians. For this album, the boys encouraged each featured singer to write about a social or economic issue they felt was important to them. What would be classified as a political album? Modern Repair represents many of the issues the world still continues to deal with today. Modern Repair produced various opportunities for Scattered Melodies, including music featured on a cannabis promotional video with Tommy Chong, a music video feature in the 2016 Jerome Film Festival, radio play by 93.3 Alt-AZ and 93.9 KWSS, and multiple song features on the local Fox 10 Morning News. It also reunited the boys with their former singer, Mike Malakar, as the album included 2 previously unrecorded songs from their Morning After days, both fitting well into the theme of the album. Oh, and the release party? Another banger, with the stellar cast of features stretching over a 2-hour performance. It was fun as hell. And lastly, another key piece to our story entered the picture during this time, being the feature of Phelan Parker performing saxophone on 2 of the songs. For the next album, Josh wanted to head in the opposite direction and feature a smaller amount of musicians in hopes to achieve a more consistent sound throughout the record. Bringing back the OG Laura Hamlin, Scattered Melodies also recruited their new friend Killa Mouse, and the two would become the main featured vocalists throughout the entire record. Patterns was released in September of 2018 and is a concept album that splits between songs for a sunny day, tracks 1 through 6, and songs for a rainy day, tracks 7 through 14. When it was time to put a band together for the album release party, Scattered Melodies called on Haley Green, Kasdan Boone, and Phelan Parker to join Laura Hamlin and Killa Mouse as the core lineup. Between the history they had with each of these members, and all of them having appearances on Patterns, this felt like the right mix of collaborators to represent the Scattered Melodies sound. As the 2 previous release parties rotated featured musicians in and out for each song, this show would have a set band. Leading up to the release of Patterns, Scattered Melodies and Killa Mouse had the pleasure of creating Beer at the Shop Beer Company to celebrate the new album. Together they created a You Bad Juicy Pale Ale to be served at Valley Bar for the release show, which, yes, was another banger. In true Scattered Melodies fashion, a handful of other musicians were featured throughout the show, but it was here realized that this core 7 should be the band moving forward. With this set crew, the band became super tight, began playing high-energy shows and opening for artists such as Pacifier, The Motet, Corey Wong, Mike Pinto, and Stoop Kids, while also branching out to perform in Flagstaff and Tucson, Arizona, Locally in town, the band became known for their creative music videos and comical promos, performing various skits to promote each show. During this time, the band also began writing songs together, either formed out of jam sessions, recorded at practice, or individual members bringing song ideas to the table. With a hot batch of new tunes, Scattered Melodies secluded themselves at Highland Studios in June of 2020 and recorded a healthy dose of funk. Bringing in producer Anthony Brandt, together they pushed their musical boundaries and ventured deep into the sounds of 70s funk and soul, territory that Scattered Melodies was destined to arrive at. We are proud to announce the first single from the Highland Recordings, Vibe Check, streaming everywhere Friday, March 12th, 2021. It's time to get funky and check some vibes with Scattered Melodies along with their new vocal feature, Human. This is the story so far. As you can see, Scattered Melodies is a constant evolution of sound and collaborations, and will continue to do just that.
We be recording the bass in the bathroom. Every time I try and go pee-pee, they always record the bass. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. My hair is so long, it's fucking bullshit. I need haircuts and bass in the bathrooms. It's bullshit.
Tasty morsels.
Right? Sounds a lot better than it did 2 hours ago.
Good job.
Nice.
When my mind is clouded but not in the clouds, troubles all around try to bring me down. Out from the smoke comes a hero unknown. Super stoner, a hero homegrown super stoner. Fighting meth man, unnatural remedies with the bong in his hand. Super stoner, flying at the speed of weed. He's got the greenest garden for your cannabis needs. A super stoner.